Hey guys, Cruiser Legs here with Matt again, and today we're going to talk about some various plate carriers and compare them a little bit.
Yeah, so this is not a plate carrier setup video. There's already a bunch of good ones out there, particularly by Grantham. So we're just going to go over some common plate carriers that are popular right now, pros and cons, and we have some setups just for example.
So we're going to start with my Spiritus LV-119 Overt. It's a simplistic plate carrier system. It's very slick, but it has all sorts of ergonomic and cable management options. We're going to start at the top with this very simplistic Velcro closure system for your shoulder straps. It's comfortable and it works pretty well for me. The front plate bag has more options than the covert with this Molle Velcro, allowing you to put whatever you want there, including patches and like a juggernaut case type system. The cummerbund is elastic and will hug your body and move with you, and it has the added benefit of having pouches already there, so you don't have to purchase additional items to make your system work. The back plate bag is a simplistic design and features these zippers for whenever Spiritus releases their back panel system, which maybe sometime soon. And that's pretty much that.
And that's the main difference between the Overt and the covert, right? The zippers and then the Molle on the front.
That is correct. And one added benefit I think the Overt has over the covert is it has a few more options for cable management that makes things significantly easier for when routing comm cables. And that's that.
Alright, so next up we have the Ferro Concepts FCPC V5. This is Ferro's more feature-rich type plate carrier. It's designed to carry plates.
Say it ain't so.
Completely forgot what I was going to say. So starting with the shoulder straps on the FCPC, you'll notice it's got a spot for hardware right here that allows the shoulder straps to pivot more and conform to your body. And it also allows you to change out this hardware with a G-hook or Cobra buckle to offer a quick release or easy donning and doffing option on the shoulders. Compared to something like the Spiritus, it is more comfortable because of the pivot, but it's also a little more complex if that's something that bugs you. One problem I did have with the shoulder straps on the FCPC is, so this is a medium carrier, and I'm about 5'7", 160, and I could not adjust the straps to get it to ride high enough. This portion of the strap used to be about that long, and I had to move the Velcro on it back and re-sew it. So that's something to note. If you're a smaller framed individual, you might have that issue with the FCPC. Moving on down to the plate bags, got a nice little admin pouch right here. I wish it was a zipper. It's Velcro. Molle, pretty standard plate bag. On the back, it's the same thing, but it's got a full Molle surface, and it also has these zippers. So Ferro sells zip-on panels. I've got a hydration one here right now. They've also got like a general purpose pouch, a banger pouch, if you need that sort of thing.
Something like a team environment.
Yeah, exactly. It's really the only area where it's useful. So the cummerbund has a few different options. I'm running the Assaulter cummerbund on here with the stiff plastic insert. So this is more optimized for if you're carrying a heavier load, or especially if you're using side armor. It's not the most comfortable thing when you're running a setup as light as this, but it can be very beneficial. But it also accepts the normal elastic cummerbund. Also, a couple things to add with this is it has some one wrap right here for easier cable management, and that is actually really helpful. It's in a convenient spot, and it can use swift clip, or it has a spot for G-hooks. So if you have a G-hook placard, it'll hook into here. And so basically overall, compared to something like the Spiritus, it's a little more feature rich. It can be run slick, but if you're going to run it really slick, probably a Slickster, which we'll get to, or a Spiritus would be better suited to that role.
It's also worth noting that the price point on this is decently higher than it is on the Spiritus.
Yeah, but it's really great overall.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very high quality, and it'll get the job done.
Yep.
All right, so next up we have the Defense Mechanisms Mission Essential Plate Carrier, or MEPC. This is a very slick type setup. It's nearly identical to the Ferro Concepts Slickster. So top to bottom, we have Velcro style shoulder straps that are just like the Spiritus, nice and simple, no hardware, good and wide. They distribute the weight pretty well. They are canted outwards a little bit more than the Spiritus, so it kind of doesn't ride against your neck as much. I find that very comfortable. Other people prefer the straight ones. On the front plate bag, we have this zippered admin pouch right here, which is super convenient, especially because it's a zipper and not Velcro. We've got Molly and Velcro here, and we got webbing to attach push-to-talk, and any placard system on the market, Swift Clip or G-hooks will attach there. Inside the plate bags is actually really awesome on these. In addition to the standard flap on the bottom, there's also a retaining strap on the inside to hold the plate extra securely. It's just redundant, and if you're planning on running small plates in a medium carrier, the Defense Mechanisms MEPC is really the way to go because it carries the plates very well, even if they're a little on the small side because of this strap. Technically, the FCPC, the Slickster, the Spiritus are all compatible with one size down plates, but it doesn't work super well. It gets pretty baggy. This is really the way to go with the retention strap in here. The plates are tight in every plate carrier, but it is very excessive in this carrier. This is a medium carrier. I used to run medium plates in here, and this flap on the bottom did not actually close all the way. It looks like that. Still perfectly functional. The retaining strap on the inside is, again, redundant to make sure the plate doesn't come out, but you do have a little bit of exposed Velcro right there, so just something to keep in your thoughts if you're considering this plate carrier. Moving to the back plate bag, you'll notice it's pretty slick. It's got a pointless drag handle, whatever, it doesn't get in the way. There's no full molly field here, there's just this one strip. Defense Mechanisms has said they're going to come out with a full molly panel in the future, but it's unknown when. Another thing I really like about this carrier is the Velcro style cummerbund is fully enclosed by this flap, so there's no way it can snag on anything. It's very secure. A lot of people complain about the Velcro style cummerbunds, saying they're not as secure as the shock cord style that the Spiritus has, but in my opinion this is superior because it's easier to adjust and it's extremely secure. So this is compatible with any Velcro style cummerbund on the market. Defense Mechanisms, really great company. You should go check them out. Their website doesn't even show up on Google. You have to type in defensemechanisms.com, but it's really worth a look. They're making great stuff even though they're not well known. So we don't unfortunately have a Slickster to demo here, but the Ferro Concept Slickster is nearly identical to this. It's just missing the molly, it's missing the admin pouch, and it's missing the flap covering the cummerbund in the rear, and it's missing the retaining strap for the plates on the inside. But still, overall, really a great carrier. Highly recommend it if you can get a hold of one. A lot of people complain on the Ferro Concept Slickster of the small patch of Velcro right here that retains the shoulder straps. It is not a problem at all if you route the straps correctly. Once you put them through the Velcro, you have to sandwich the strap between your body and the plate inside the plate bag. As long as you do that, it's not going anywhere. It'll be really secure. If you put the strap on the other side, on the outside, you may run into problems if it gets wet and muddy. You're putting a lot of stress on it, whatever.
So a little further down on the minimalist scale, we've got something like this Blue Force gear thing, and it is.
It's called the PLATEminus.
It's less than ideal. I love Blue Force gear. They make a lot of good stuff. I own products from them. I support their company, and I think this was like good intentions for execution on their part. The shoulder straps aren't the best, and it isn't really compatible with anything on the market that isn't molly. And a big miss for me is going to be these side straps. It's like 1 inch of webbing, and it doesn't hold the plates to your body properly. And if you get it tight enough where it does, you can't breathe and it hinders mobility. And the slickest thing that I would go with that we recommend is something like the Ferro Concept Slickster or the Defense Mechanisms MEPC.
There's no benefit to go from this wide stretchy elastic down to that single side release buckle. Anytime you see that on a plate carrier, don't buy it.
Run away.
They don't work well.
You wanted something, you want to show one more thing, Matt?
Oh yeah, so
Something
here
about
we
minimalism?
have the, I don't even know what this plate carrier is called, and basically it sucks.
Yeah, that's an accurate description.
It's very old, outdated design, doesn't fit properly. It's got a whole lot of excess material that goes beyond the plate. It's stupid.
Terrible. It's just awful.
Don't make your setup like this. If you've seen a picture on the internet with somebody doing this kind of thing, it's dumb. All this extra stuff just gets in the way, weighs you down. Don't put this much gear on your kid unless you absolutely have to. And
Or maybe if you're invading a small country,
that's pretty much
like Luxembourg,
the only
by
time,
yourself.
you would have to.
with no resupply.
Yeah.
So what's important to remember at the end of the day, guys, is that you don't want to get bogged down in all of the brands and all of the newest equipment and the new Gucci's gear. And while it's important to look cool, it's also really important to have gear that works with your body and does what you need to do. At the end of the day, mission will always dictate gear. And so what works for me might not work for Matt. And what works for Matt might not work for me or anyone else for that matter. So it's important to do your due diligence, shop around, and it's not uncommon to go through one or more options for plate carriers. This is my second Spiritus system option, and I've had a Crye JPC before.
I've been through, I think, 4 setups myself. Plate carriers are a very personal thing.
Yep.
There's no right or wrong way to do it. There are good ways and bad ways. And then going off that Crye JPC you just mentioned, that's another really good option we didn't demo here. It's another good minimalist plate carrier. Really set the industry standard when it first came out, especially the JPC 2.0 is another awesome option.
As always, if you guys have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below, or you can find us on Instagram at Grizzly Legs and at Matt Healy something.
Yeah, you don't need to follow me.
Yeah, it's whatever. And we will do our best to answer any questions you have. Remember, we're not experts. This is just our opinion, and this is what works for us. So,
Train in your gear.
That being said, stay safe and have a good day.
Dudes!